Hey guys, and welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be looking at Move Out the Way crane. This is my brand new locomotive to the layout and the collection, which is a standard class 4MT by Bachmann. And I'm going to have a look at the end of the box. This will show you obviously where I got it from and stuff. There's pretty much not a lot there. So I'll move the camera forward to me so I can get in. And we're going to unbox this for you, see what the 4MT is like and all of its lovely British Rail Standard class glory. We've only got one other standard class Loco, which is obviously the standard class 8, which is Duke of Gloucester. This locomotive is not a preserved one. It's not the one on the front either, which is a bit weird by Bachmann, as they always put the wrong one on the front, but it's the same colour. It's BR black, and this is 75075, which is not a preserved number. It is, unfortunately, a scrapped locomotive. I now can't get in the box. That's actually surprisingly difficult to get in. Here we go. So, I've already had it out just to check it and make sure it runs. Give it a small run in. I'll do another one before we run it with some coaches and stuff. So, there we go. So pop the box there. So what have we got first? We have the instruction manual, which tells you all of its stuff. This is quite an old model now. I don't know whether it says the date. I don't think it does. Oh no, it is a split chassis model. But split chassis models are not too bad, let's be honest. They're actually okay, quite good. And then we've got something else. Not a lot. Not that. So, here it is. A bit greasy from when I held it. There you go. Absolutely lovely. Let's get the Loco out. It's quite hard to get out because, one, it's ridiculously heavy, which is the thing with split chassis models, is very heavy because of the die cast. There you go. This is the Loco, and then we're going to get the tender out. Throw the polystyrene away. Stick it together. Here you go. This is the new addition to the layout. Absolutely lovely thing. Yes, it's an older model, but I like my older models, don't I? And this is still an absolutely charming thing. I mean, the styling is pretty damn cool. I love it. It's also my first black tender locomotive. I've only got one of the black Loco, which is the J50. And this is very nice in terms of the lining as well. Detail isn't too bad considering it's an older, slightly cheaper model. This Loco cost me £46 plus £4 postage, so it's 50, but let's say 46 for the normal price. That's not bad at all, let's be honest. That's incredible. So we will review this close up in a few seconds, and we'll give it a score at the very end and do some running in with it. So here is the lovely 4MT here. This is the 4604MT, the standard class British Rail locomotive, and it's an absolutely lovely thing. We're going to unattach it from the tender, just so it's easier to review in detail. And we're going to start from the front. So you haven't got sprung buffers on it, which is obviously not really a thing. I don't really give a crap, to be honest, because it's an older model and stuff. And you have got a separately fitted handrail there. These are all moulded on, but it's still very nicely moulded. Absolutely lovely indeed. The handrail here is all separately fitted, as well as these here. And then you've got the one on the other side as well, which runs along here. This is a double funnel. Absolutely awesome little double funnel there. Along the running board you have all of this lining, so you've got the red and the white lining all the way along. And continues around here where you've got the 4 for the strength and the 75075 printed very nicely. You've also then got the red banding on the boiler, and it's printed incredibly well. You've got little other bits of moulded detail as well, and a massive dome, as well as these separately fitted whistles and safety valves. Now these I think are metal, which is very nice, whereas the Is that? Oh my god, the whistle is as well. The whistle is separately fitted. I'm not sure whether the whistle's metal though. It doesn't really look metal, but it's not really the end of the world. We're going to the cab. You do have cab detail. It's not painted, and there's 2 men sat there. But if you look inside, you can see that the men look quite good. So you've also then got glazed windows on the side and on the front of the cab, which makes it look very, very nice indeed. Moving on to the tender. The tender's quite lovely. It's got a lot of lining around the outside. It's painted very well. You've got the Betrayal crest there. Bit of grease from the oil. I didn't put it on the body, by the way. It's just probably from fingers, that's all. So ignore it. I'll give it a clean in a minute. You've also got these yellow underframe detail here, which is incredibly nice. Slightly basic tender, but it's an older model, so I'm really not minding about that. And you have all of the other stuff for the tender, and you've got the ladder on the back, which is very nice. And you've got a nice set of buffers, which are not sprung, but doesn't really matter. You have the thin couplings, but they're not like NEM or anything as such. They're just the thin couplings that screwed on. So that is the lovely 4MT in as much detail as I can point out at the moment. I forgot to show you guys this. This is the drawing, and it's a brief history. If you would like to pause that, you can do, because I'm not really going to give you a history. I'm not going to read off the card. It's this card, by the way, the one that comes in the box. So I'm going to let you pause that now, if you would like to, so you can read that. Looks quite interesting. I might have a read of it later on, and I'll get this run in, and then we'll run it with some coaches and some of the locomotives, shall we? I think that will do for running in. Right, we're going to run the Loco with some coaches now. I have kind of some perfect coaches for it. I'm going to give it the 3 BR red maroon coaches. It's going to look absolute treat with this Loco. I'm not sure what Loco to run with it. That's another question, but I'm going to stick these on and scoot them around to the Loco. It'll be quite interesting to see what this looks like. I think this will look so good as a combination. It'll look absolutely amazing. Can't wait to see what this looks like. Always wanted a 4MT. I've always wanted a mixed traffic locomotive as well. These are very nice. There we go, look at that. That looks so good. I don't think you can see that too well. There you go. Take it away, 4MT. Here he comes. The train uncoupled. Right, we're going to get this running again. That's backwards. Forwards 4MT, there we go. And we'll try and find the sweet spot. There we go. Should be alright. Here it comes. Oh, you get it in the sun though, look at that. Here it comes, running very well now. Thing is, it's an old locomotive, it's probably not ran for quite a while, so it will be a little bit rusty until it runs in properly. Put it under some load and run it every now and then, and it'll be a nice running locomotive eventually. Well, it's already quite a nice running loco. It's a little bit loud, but it'll get used to it, and the 3-coach train won't do it any harm at the moment, so it's absolutely lovely. Look at it! It looks so nice. This is a mixed traffic loco, so you'll see it run with some freight trains as well. I've always wanted mixed traffic that can pull both, and what an absolutely lovely little thing. I actually ordered it when this video goes out, which I think will be the day it's recorded, let's say that. It's Thursday, the day it's recorded. think it's the 4th. I ordered it yesterday at 2 p.m. in the afternoon, and it came today at like 11 a.m. That's how quick Hattons are. Incredible. Here it is. Absolutely beautiful locomotive. Sad it's a scrapped one, but 75075. There's quite a few in preservation anyway, so sun's coming out when the 4MT is getting even better. We have the 2 standards meeting. We have BR Standard Class 4 and BR Standard Class 8 Duke of Gloucester running together. How awesome does that look? I mean, Duke of Gloucester's running a little bit slower because he's on the seconds and he's actually a much bigger loco, so I need to run him a little bit slower than before going. But I think they're actually running at pretty much the same speed. That's pretty damn good. I'm just going to enjoy these 2 lovely BR locos together. Look at them. So nice. We've got the 460 and the big 462 Pacific. Well, actually, the 4 isn't that much smaller, really, let's be honest. The tenders are pretty much identical as well. All I need to get now is a standard 5, a standard 7, which is a Britannia class, a standard 2. I want to get an IVET 2. I don't know what the differences are. I don't like the tank engines though. So if anybody ever said we get a 4MT tank, the answer is no, because I can't. Oh, I don't really like the styling at all. I mean, they're very awful. I mean, I like the 262 ones. The Prairie Wheel Arrangement ones are nice. But the 264s look like somebody's plonked the Pacific Wheel Arrangement backwards underneath. And it really, really annoys me. I don't know why, but I love tender locos more than tanks though. But the 260 Mogul 2MT, I really, really want those. Black 5s would be quite nice as well. This 460 4MT is pretty much very similar to the standard class 5s. The standard class 8, which is Duke of Gloucester, is the only ever standard class 8 built. Duke of Gloucester was the only standard class 8. They never built any more, they only built one, which was Duke of Gloucester, and then it was shoved in Barry Scrapyard, which is stupid. However, Duke of Gloucester is in preservation, which is incredibly lovely to hear, because Duke of Gloucester is a lovely loco. I've been on Duke of Gloucester many a times. I've been on 4MTs many a times as well. We put on quite a few of those and like run into railways, heritage lines. This channel does feature vlogs. If I go to any in the future, I will vlog it. And I did feature the West Valley Railway one recently, which was on a 262 tank, I think, which was very nice. Just absolutely beautiful locomotive, that 4MT. It looks so nice. And he's running better and better and better the more I run him in. The more I run him. So there we go, there's just Duke of Gloucester. When people refer to steam locos as girls, the only two I disagree with, the only locos I disagree with is anything with the name Duke in it, because the Duke is a male, and the Flying Scotsman, because it's a Scotsman, not a Scotswoman. So they're the only things I disagree with. So I would say Gloucester's a male, should be referred to as a male locomotive. This is weird conversation, but that's how people refer to locos by females. So they go, oh, she's an old stomach, or whatever you want to say. Whereas I would say that Gloucester should be referred to as a male, because Gloucester has the Duke in it. With anything with Duchess, like Duchess of Hamilton, Duchess of Sutherland, definitely should be referred to as female. Right, there you go, you can watch them go past. What we'll do is, what I'm going to do thingy is a bit of news about the leaderboard. All the vintage locos are going to be transferred onto the main leaderboard with the modern ranking. So, just to make it a little bit easier, I'll probably put, I don't really know, the only vintage ones really are the main line locomotives. The back ones are still pretty new really, especially the Nelson and this. So, I mean, they can all go on the same leaderboard for me. So, what we're going to do is we're going to see where the lovely new 4MT comes on my leaderboard. So guys, it's now time to rate the locomotive, and as you can see on screen you have all the scores ready for you to read, but I'm going to talk you through what I think of the locomotive. So, the Bachmann 4MT is lovely. This is an older locomotive, but it's absolutely beautiful little thing. I'm so happy with it. It will eventually get better when it runs. It just needs a little bit of time. It's a bit rusty in terms of its running performance because it's probably been sat for quite a while, not ran. But otherwise, it's an almost completely mint nick and absolutely beautiful little thing. I actually love it so much. So, what do I rate it? So, detail is going to get an 8 out of 10. The simple factor is, apart from the sprung buffers and everything like that, you know, 8 out of 10 is pretty decent. It's probably, for the size of it, in terms of its size, it's better. It's almost more well detailed than the Duke of Gloucester. So I'm going to give it an 8. I'm going to be generous and give it an 8 out of 10. Performance is going to get a 6.5 out of 10, and I don't want to give it a 6, it's too harsh. I don't want to give it a 7. I do want to give it a 7, but obviously it will get better over time anyway, so we've got 6.5 out of 10. Value, it was £46. What's the other answer going to be? It's 10 out of 10. And quality is a 7 out of 10. It's a very well built model, absolutely lovely. Nothing fell off or anything. Everything is well applied. The livery is very, very well applied also. Everything works. The only problem is it's a split chassis model and they're outdated. But split chassis, I don't understand what the problem with split chassis models are, because I've got 2 split chassis Bachmann models and both of them run absolutely fine. So that's that. And I gave it a 7 out of 10 for quality. So overall, the lovely 4MT gets 7.875, which is a very weird number I know, out of 10. And this is where it goes on to the locomotive rankings. And you can see that the locomotive rankings have been updated with every single of this type of steam locomotive. So we've got the 2800, and then we've got J50, West Country, Duke of Gloucester. We've then got the 2 Bachmann locos, the mainline Manor, the mainline Prairies, the Scotty, Cock of the North. The Prairie's been updated. And then at the bottom we've got the Pug, which is the 040 steamers, Thomas and Percy, and they've all been added to the locomotive rankings. And that's it updated for you guys. I'll leave it on for a couple more seconds so that you can read all the scores. I will be doing a review of all of the stuff I haven't done. So anything on there that I haven't done will be coming up. So don't worry. You haven't missed out on anything. It's just so I can show you an updated leaderboard. And, well, that's the Bachmann 4MT in all of its scoring. So guys, thanks so much for watching, and this is an absolutely lovely locomotive. I'm very happy with the Loco. I'm going to run it a little bit more today, especially with Duke of Gloucester now that I've got 2 standard locos. There's a lot more to come with the railway. Make sure to subscribe, put the notification bell on so that you're alerted when I make a new upload. And towards the end of the year, we get City of Truro will be coming, even maybe a Duchess class. That's fingers crossed. Any other cheap locomotives I can find for a good price, bargains, anything will be coming. I get them from this place most of all. And if you want to visit their YouTube channel, you'll be able to see that at the very end of this video. Massive support is given by Kelly Ashford also, so go and check her channel out. Her subscribe thing will be at the end of this video also. And I'll see you all very soon for another video. Alright guys, take care, Hope you enjoyed the 4MT, and I'll see you live on Saturday for more Model Railway excitement.